The more you advance in Siddhi, the less revelation seems to be. You might feel peaceful, you might feel relaxed, but you won't get the same high that in the first cities until you get there. The way it works is the more you practice the first cities, the more it makes the others make sense. It's like a tube with multiple taps. If you open the first tap a lot and the second tap a lot, then it works. But if like Garima, Lagima, Prapti, you didn't open enough, then you might try to open as much you can the taps on the long tube. And for Vajra or Kamarutadva, you'll barely feel anything because there's so much that can flow through. Actually, it's still a metaphor, and every metaphor has its flaws. If you just sit in Kamarutadva and accumulate long hours, you will get some realization of Kamarutadva, but you'll be missing some of the other components. Anyway, that's what explains the reason why a lot of you have less intense revelation of new discovery of how the universe works as you go along the way, because it takes time. I practiced anima for many years, 8 years, before I moved to Mahima, simply because I was not shown, not because I wanted to. It's the only thing I knew. The second Siddhi I learned was Lagima. Actually, the people who trained me were not as proficient in the Siddhi path. So then I did my own research, went through my own process, and I charged them all, and I did the entire thing. So in this case, I just want to awaken you to the reality of the Siddhi process. The more you do it, the more it's efficient, and the more you discover the supernatural aspect of it. And the more you practice all of the Siddhis, first 1 Siddhi per day, and then you'll do, maybe not in active recitation, but more meditatively, 1 Siddhi per week for 10 weeks. And if you're really a freak about it, you'll do 1 per month. And doing meditation like 5 or 6 days a week for a month on a single Siddhi, so that you get all the revelation. The thing is, after all that cultivation, you will realize how powerful you are and how nature just obeys your will and what you want. The moment that you're in compassion, the moment that you're simple, even if you want something for yourself, you might just have it. It's not egocentric. Egocentrism is when you want something regardless of the cost on others. Okay, that's arrogant. That's just driven on greed. But wanting something for yourself is self-love. I want to be happy. I want to have this experience, and there's no limit to what you want. You want a certain type of food, a certain type of body, you want a certain type of sexual experience, you want to have a video game, you want to have technology, you want to have money. You just go into the true state of having it, and you do a physical confirmation in this world. If you want to have specific food, you can't just sit and meditate. You have to go and buy it. You need to be in the dynamics where it will happen. If you want to have a career, then you need to really work hard, because a career touches your entire income, your entire life. So if you want to earn a living doing a specific thing, then you have to become the best at that thing, and you really need to push intense, but you can do it. You're not limited. So the Siddhis will not give you whatever you want for nothing. It will simply make everything possible, and then you have to be in nature and work on it. The last, okay, I'll do another comment about this. Ishidva and Vashidva look similar, but they work together and they look similar, but they're not. They have their specific thing to reveal. And they're the ones that we have an impression, oh, it's just that. It is so deep in the subconscious mind that you are divine, that your ego tries to keep it subconscious, keep it dormant, so that you will not realize how divine you are. Because once you realize how divine you are, and also cultivate it so that more and more of you awaken to that reality, then you will find everything peaceful. What was boring one day or depressive will be peaceful and fulfilling the other day. The same thing, just sitting with no one to hang out with is hell when you're young, and is wonderful when you mature, when you grow up. You will end up having everything you want if you practice knowing yourself as the divine that has everything it has, that it wants, and then do something physical to get it. And you really have to be strong with it to stop dramatizing. Stop dramatizing how awful life is, how painful it is. If you have a moment of negative feelings and dark moments, don't dwell on it, don't dramatize, don't deny it. I mean, live it and accept it's like that. But do not dramatize. That's the real key to it. Stop saying, this is so awful. It is awful. Just don't be theatrical about, oh my God, I can't do anything today. Well, okay, this is very painful. I feel it. It tries to make me stop living today. Okay. Just de-dramatize anything negative so that you can continue on the path of accomplishing yourself positive. Okay? It will really help. It takes a lot of will to de-dramatize, like for real, no drama, and still embrace the pain because it is painful when it is. Because all experiences are part of the divine revelation. You don't have to go through all the painful experiences, just a few. Final Siddhi of this stretch of 10, Anumi Matvam. I won't explain in detail Anumi Matvam, but it means that this world is perfect. Okay, the physical experiences I have are beautiful, and they happen just as God wants it. Okay, so what we're going to do in the contemplation of Anumi Matvam is simply contemplate the body and know that it is divinely perfect. It is made of divine nature. Doesn't matter if you like or not like your body. Doesn't matter if you have your opinions about pain and suffering, natural experiences that the body has to go through, sickness and aging, having desires you can't fulfill, wanting to be loved and feeling alone. There's a lot of stuff that has to do with the physical body. But for that contemplation, you're not in denial of the whole of your life. You're just going to contemplate Anumi Matvam. I physically experience perfection. You just contemplate it, okay, and try it. As you have practiced all the Siddhi line, all of these point of views, you will get to a point where you experience perfection in this world. First you do it for the body, eventually you do for all that is physical. But first you have to do it for yourself. My physical experience of this world is absolutely blessed and perfect. Doesn't matter if you have opinions. Doesn't matter if you believe or accept or not. Anumi Matvam. This life is perfect.